Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Channel 8 Sports and East Brunswick High School basketball. Hi, I'm John Meggiolaro, being joined by Jim Allinder and Phil Hill for this afternoon's girls game between East Brunswick and Edison. And Jimmy and Phil, East Brunswick is a young team. They come in at 2-5, coached by Pat Peterson. What do we know about them, Phil?
As you pointed out, John, they're a young team. This is a team that lost 7 seniors from last year, and they're trying to regroup. Pat Peters feels that this team is going to come around. They're just trying to find themselves. They do, you might remember Barbie Holland from last year and Daniela Drulis are playing very good ball. And they have a young freshman, Kara Mataseski. That's an East Brunswick name, of course, a basketball family name. And she's playing very well. She happens to be the leading scorer right now. Peters feels that, as I said, this team's going to come around. They just have to learn how to play with each other. And she's expecting big things from them during the middle of the season.
Jim, Edison comes in 5-3 with kind of a legend as its coach, Jim Dickinson. He's been there a long time.
Yes, he has. He's actually been in his 4th year as the Edison head coach, but he's been involved for 32 years, which is amazing. Concerning the Lady Eagles, he feels very strongly that if they can control the tempo of the game, they're going to have a much better chance of winning. He has found in the previous games that they've played that when the tempo is moving too quick, that's when Edison gets in trouble. So you're going to probably see a slow-down game or a more predictable game on their part. They have a bunch of players that are fairly, quality, but I believe Melinda Darby, number 50, the center, is the one to watch. Allison Rommel, number 44, is another player to watch. And Tracy Fox, number 20, I think, is the point guard. So it should be a competitive game this afternoon.
All right, Edison comes in the white jerseys, East Brunswick in the home green. The East Brunswick starters will be Daniela Drulis, number 11, Barbie Holland, number 54, Jennifer Cleary, number 45, Kara Mataseski, number 30, and Teresa Rossi, number 35 for the Bears. And we'll pick up the Edison starting lineup as the game progresses. And, GMC, we talk about girls basketball, and one of the teams, maybe one of the surprises, Jim, is Cedar Ridge this year.
Oh, yes, led by Geraldine Shea. Quality player. She's a senior and one of the best players in the county.
And they are undefeated.
Well, the Bears start out taking control of the opening tip-off. We're just underway here from East Brunswick High School. Looking inside, a little congested, taken away by, I guess that's Darby.
That was Lakatos, John, that scored on that break. I remember her from last year.
And Melinda Darby is the key to this Edison team. Everything clicks around her, according to Coach Dixon. So we'll keep an eye on her. Number 50, Melinda Darby.
Edison scores first. East Brunswick trying to move it around. Rossi looking to Drulis. Underneath to Holland, knocked away.
And you could see EB's strategy. Get it into Barbie Holland. Whoops, looks like it's off her. I'm going to call it that way. I'll tell you where the East Brunswick problem is. It's in Kim Harden, Debbie Levine, Karen Larstana, Randy Klein, Diana Flynn, Jill Roth, and Dana McCleary. And recognize those names?
All gone.
They're all graduated, and that's the big problem for East Brunswick. They really need to shore up with the inexperience, and they're only going to get it by playing.
Interesting. East Brunswick looks as though they have Rossi on Darby. Now they move Holland over on her. That'll be a backcourt.
Coach Dixon saying that it was tipped off the East Brunswick player. The officials don't see it that way.
Inbounding the ball, John, is the freshman, number 30, I believe. That's
Kara Mataseski.
I'm sorry, no, you're right. Okay, it is Kara. Boy, for a freshman, she's rather large.
Rossi off the glass, won't go. Edison's on top, 2-0. We're here in the first period. Game just underway. Good steal by Mataseski. Won't go. Drulis taps it back over, looking underneath, and there's Darby with the rebound.
I'll tell you, Mataseski missed that layup, but she put that ball up with her left hand. It'd be interesting to see whether she shoots lefty or she just put it up that way.
Where do you think she learned that from?
I know where she learned it from. A lot of practice at St. Bart's.
St. Bart's.
And her brothers, right.
That's great.
Darby fouls as she goes up for the layup.
She's a dead ringer for Keith.
Foul is on Holland. Darby will go to the line. 6:19 remaining here in the first period. East Brunswick and Edison. Nice touch, Phil.
Very nice touch. As I said, John, she is the key player for this Edison team.
Second one won't go, and they're going to call a jump ball.
Well, it could have easily been called over the back. The official chooses to call a jump ball on it. Possession goes to Edison.
Edison setting up under its own basket, looking for a certain play. They get it outside to Lakatos, I'm sorry. No good, and Rossi comes up with the rebound.
Teresa, probably the most experienced player along with Barbie Holland on this team. She played extensively last year.
Julis inside. Holland will tie up the Edison player, that's Rommel. It'll go over to East Brunswick under their own board, so they have a chance here. East Brunswick looking for their first points. Drulis takes a step, fights her way, puts it up, won't go. And it's off Edison, so East Brunswick gets it back once again.
Major responsibility for East Brunswick today is going to be the play of Barbie Holland. She's going to have to check Darby.
Monteseschi outside, hits. 3-2, the Bears down by 1.
You almost want to say the Midas touch, but it's the Monteseschi
Rossi
touch.
on to steal. A whistle's blown. What are they calling here?
Before the shot.
Right, good foul by Edison. That was a good foul by Lakatos there to take away what would have been a sure basket.
East Brunswick will inbound. Monteseschi to Drulis. Back to Monteseschi. They're looking inside to Rossi. She's tied up. Monteseschi will put it up. Won't go this time.
Barbie Holland's going to have to stay out of foul trouble. She's taking a lot of responsibility inside, and that's sometimes when you get into foul trouble.
Edison moving it around, looking for an open person. They lead 3-2 with 5:12 to go here in the first period.
John, you see how they're really setting things up the way Dickinson wanted them to.
Moving the ball real well. Looking for Darby underneath. She's there, won't go. Stolen by Monteseschi, and we're jump ball. I'm sorry, that was 45, Jennifer Cleary. Good heads-up play. Ball was down on the floor. Now some confusion as to trying to get the possessions straightened out. Shot outside for Edison. Cleary comes down with it. Gets it up to Monteseschi.
So EB is more willing to break.
Out to Drulis. She looks underneath for Holland. Won't go. Rossi will save it.
Teresa has the shot.
Monteseschi will put it up off the front of the rim. Tap back to Drulis. She'll put it up. Again short. And we'll call a jump ball. It'll go over to East Brunswick.
EB having a little good success off the offensive boards early on.
Jennifer Cleary, very aggressive in there.
It's a good aggressive game. It's only 3-2, but a lot of good hustle by both teams. Holland on the turnaround. She's fouled.
Right, she gets the foul.
Hey, you got to like the move. She almost did a 360-degree turn to throw the ball up.
Foul on Fox, number 20. And you see Barbie Holland. I think it's fair to say, Jim, as Barbie goes, so does the Bears. She brings the height and bulk that they need underneath. And we're tied at 3.
First substitution for the Bears.
Erica Weir comes in, number 43. And Jennifer Cleary will take a break. Still in first period here from East Brunswick High School.
Erica Weir, just a sophomore.
Holland misses the second, but Weir up and fouled underneath by Darby.
Good rebound by Weir. And to take a good look at her, we saw her as a freshman last year. Of course, she's a sophomore this year, a year stronger, another year with experience, and she's got to be a big help to this very young East Brunswick team.
Phil, I got to think if you're Pat Peterson, you want to get the ball down low to Weir and let Darby go after.
That might be particularly against this Edison team.
Weir misses the first. Won't go. Darby finally puts the clamps on it, and Edison will bring it up court with 4 minutes left here in the first period.
Now you can see Karen Lakatos is a good ball handler. She's really the perfect point guard.
Good play by Holland.
Boy.
Ties up number 42 for Edison.
And Barbie did well to get both hands on the ball without getting the body to the player causing the foul.
Stephanie Tudor was the one tied up by Holland.
Nice defensive play by Weir. And she deflected that shot. Erica Weir did.
Here we go. East Brunswick Droolis down, looking for Weir. Weir will take it to the basket, a little strong.
Gets the bound though.
And fouled underneath. Holland was fouled by Tudor, I believe, number 42.
White, 4-2. 2 shots.
So Holland is 1 for 2 from the line.
And John, you pointed out earlier, as Barbie Holland goes, so does East Brunswick, largely because she controls the board. She was the leading rebounder last year, and as you know, if you can control the boards many times, you can control the game.
Holland in and out. We're still tied at 3, and we're still in the first period.
And East Brunswick has had more opportunities, though.
A lot of action despite the score. Holland, good technique. Edison will make substitution. Megan Wachowski will come in. 3:43 left first period. Steal by Weir.
Off the press.
Good anticipation.
Rossi now with it. She'll try to set things up. East Brunswick with a big front court with Weir and Holland. Into Weir. They'll call it for traveling.
Took a few steps.
Here comes the press again.
I tell you, Erica Weir took a few baby steps.
And East Brunswick gets it. Droolis trying to, and Darby pulls it back in.
Edison having just a bit of trouble figuring out this East Brunswick press. Boy, they're real aggressive.
These girls going at it. And Holland comes up with the steal.
Great defense.
To Rossi.
Bears a little more willing to push it up.
2:50 left first period. Rossi looking. Out to Droolis across to Mataseski. Inside is blocked. Droolis will take a three-pointer, won't go. Edison and Weir will step in to tie him up.
That's got to be about the 6th jump ball
Well,
we've had.
both teams are aggressive. I don't think we have a shot clock here. Droolis took that shot, and I was wondering why she put it up. I'm sure she'll be talked to about it.
East Brunswick hesitating just a bit with the ball. Holland, big rebound. Can't use the glass, though.
Both teams a little tight.
4-3 is our score. East Brunswick by 1. A lot of action here in this first period. Holland on a spin around off the rim. And here comes Edison. They got a 2-on-1, but they're going to pull it out and slow it down. They'll set up. East Brunswick very aggressive on defense. Droolis with the steal. She's got a clear way to the basket and a little strong.
It's like she got nailed in the face, too.
I think she was hit across the face,
After the shot.
Looking inside for Darby.
Yes,
it is
another
stolen.
steal. East Brunswick, if nothing else, is playing fine defense in this first period.
Tied up inside. Monaseski. Jules will pull it back out. She looks underneath for Weir. Nice pass and a nice layup by Weir.
A great pass.
6-3 East Brunswick. And they'll call a travel.
Right.
And give Kara Mataseski credit for that, forcing that travel there.
Oh.
She's playing very tight defense there.
Wachkowski is the number 2 guard in the scheme of things for
Holland,
Edison.
strong move to the backboard. Won't go, though. But you got to like East Brunswick's aggressiveness,
Really.
and Edison turns it over.
I'll tell you, Barbie Hollins had several opportunities at layups, and the ball's just not falling right now.
Looks like Kara Mataseski got nailed in the face, too.
Yeah.
Oh, she has a
Pat
bloody
Peters.
nose.
She's
She got
bleeding,
hit.
right. On
Where's
that,
Phil at?
on the play that we gave her credit for playing defense, causing that walk on the Edison team, she got bumped in the nose at that time. So she's being taken care of right now.
Phil Hostler will come out and take a look at her as we're ready to go with 1:25 left first period. East Brunswick trying to get it in underneath to Holland.
Oh, they like that play inside, don't they?
Holland having trouble holding on to it. Dives down for it.
East Brunswick somehow comes up.
Rossi all by herself from the top of the key, won't go. Holland and Weir now putting pressure on Darby, but Edison's able to get it down.
Good pass.
Quick break. Looks like a few steps, but it won't be called as Tracy Fox makes
That's the way
it.
you like to see the ball moved around, though, if you're Edison, though.
6-5 now. Edison trailing only by 1 with 54 seconds to go first period. Looking underneath for Holland. She wasn't expecting that one.
Good hustle by Barbie Holland, but failed to keep the ball in bounds.
Meanwhile, Jennifer Wetzel has come in for Mataseski.
It's number 10. Edison, there's a backcourt.
Another mistake. And 37 seconds left, John. Maybe East Brunswick should try for just one shot.
They lead by 1, 6-5.
I have to think that Pat Peters is not displeased with the way they played defense in this quarter.
There's Darby, good steal. She'll take it herself all the way.
This great. I'll tell you, that's a ball player when you can make the steal, take the ball the length of the court, keep control of your body, and then put it up nicely for a layup.
That puts Edison on top, 7-6, 13 seconds. Drulis drives, dishes it off to Wetzel. They're gonna call her for travel? No, Holland, 3 seconds in the lane.
Well, let's see what Edison comes up with here. They don't have all that much time.
Steal by Weir, 1 second. They'll put it up at the buzzer, won't go.
No basket.
So at the end of 1, it's Edison 7, East Brunswick 6.
And an interesting quarter. East Brunswick pretty much had control of that quarter, except on that last steal by Melinda Darby, who went the length of the court to score and put Edison up 7-6, which is the score that we have at this point. Phil, there was a lot of jump balls. Is that an indication of aggressiveness?
It's aggressiveness on both the teams. I think both of them are really trying to find their rhythm, Jim. They quite haven't found themselves. I expect to see a better second quarter, but both teams are aggressive, and both teams seem to be playing good defense.
Right. It seems that if East Brunswick is going to have success, it's going to be in Barbie Holland and Erica Weir's ability to make that inside shot. Thus far, they've been not successful, and that's the reason why East Brunswick only has 6 points. Kara Mataseski appears to be the only one with a dependable outside shot. Everybody else doesn't want to take it. So that if East Brunswick is going to do well, they're going to have to do it inside.
Oh, both teams very aggressive defensively. Offensively, hesitant a little bit, and it's caused a lot of jump balls and a lot of turnovers. We'll see as we start the second period. The Bears down by 1, 7-6. East Brunswick comes in 2-5. Edison 5-3. Darby, they'll call a travel low on her.
Right, and that was more reason being is that Darby came in to try to intercept a ball that had already been stolen, and it forced the turnover.
And a Weir Rossi now. Back out of Mataseski, who's back in. Drulis takes the shot, won't go. A little bit strong as Fox brings it up quickly for Edison. Steal by Holland.
Ooh.
Oh, they're going to call a foul.
Rough
on
call
Edison.
there.
Well, I think the official blew the whistle and said to himself, what should I call?
Well, the only thing that made contact was the ball there off the young lady. Certainly no physical contact there. Shouldn't have been a foul.
And,
Anyway, backcourt will bring Holland to the foul line.
Right, and Lakatos picks up her second foul. And if she gets in trouble, then I think Edison is going to be in trouble because Lakatos is the more or less steers the oars on this boat. And if she's out of there, it could run adrift.
Holland
This is an air ball.
puts up the old air ball.
I'll tell you.
Off on the side. East Brunswick just 2 for 7 from the foul line.
Rossi
Good defense.
almost had the steal. Darby now went on Holland. Size against size, misses. Weir with the rebound to Drulis. To Mataseski, they're trying to get it up quick. Mataseski will take it all the way off the back of the rim. Drulis looking for some help.
Nice
Inside
feed.
to Weir, good
Good feed.
play.
Nice feed.
Bears back on top, 8-7.
There's the press.
Stolen
Steal.
by Mataseski. Throws it up, she was kind of pushed, but
She
no
was.
call.
Mataseski trying to draw the foul there, but
She didn't get it. I thought she was hammered. Certainly nudged off to the side enough to cause that shot to go wire.
East Brunswick with the play, the ball stolen by Edison. That's Rommel, 44. Edison's points have really come on the fast break and not much on the half-court game. Kados, and she's nailed by Weir.
Edison having a tough time with what appears to be a 2-1-2 zone that the Bears are throwing up there, and they just cannot penetrate it.
Weir picks up her first foul. It's just East Brunswick's second.
Kados will go to the line. She'll shoot 2. East Brunswick on top, 8-7. Second period action, 6:11 to go. No doubt she's the playmaker for the Lady Eagles. And she makes the second. So we're tied at 8. East Brunswick certainly wants to look inside to either Holland or Weir. That's where their strength is.
Right, and they're going to
They
have
got
to.
it to Weir. She'll take it to the basket. Yes.
Nice play.
Strong move by Erica Weir.
I will say this, though. I think East Brunswick has been looking too much inside and almost predictive, and I think Edison is coming up to take that.
Edison trying to fight and break that press.
Fine zone defense by the Lady Bears. Edison really not getting any more room to work with.
In a 2-3 zone, shot Tudor hits.
It's her first points, right?
I mean, that's Rommel, 44, I'm sorry, with the bucket. 10-10.
See Rossi trying to put it inside. There's no room.
Weir turns around, no good. Off Edison, it'll be East Brunswick's ball. Timeout, Pat Peters wants a timeout.
Erica Weir has 3 of the 4 East Brunswick field goals, mostly off feeds from the inside. But East Brunswick definitely wants to push it in as much as possible. I think Rommel and Darby have been recognizing this as the game has been going along, and they've been able to get a couple of turnovers off that. And that is Pat Peters.
And Pat Peters in her second year, I believe, here, and Pat has done a fine job. Pat, a graduate of East Stroudsburg University in 1979, and she played high school ball in Nutley, New Jersey. She played lettered in basketball, softball, and volleyball, and she was a JV coach here for 2 years. But her second year here, and she's done a fine job.
All right, East Brunswick will bring it back in. They'll have the ball under their own basket. So we'll look for a set play, certainly looking for Weir or Holland to get the ball. I'm quite pleased. You know, you look at the level of play in girls basketball, and it's really amazing. Exciting basketball is being played, particularly in the GMC. Weir being pressured, turns the ball over. Both teams playing excellent defense this afternoon, as evidenced by our score. It's 10-10 with 4:40 left. Steal by Mataseski.
Nice steal, 2
on one over to Drulis. She's fouled, no call. Weir hit from behind. Finally, oh, and they call a jump ball. Whoa.
And John, you make a point. You know, one might think whether both teams are playing good defense or they're just not playing good offense. I have to believe they're playing good defense. Both teams were able to score in the 70s the last few games, so it shows they can put the ball up, so it's got to be a tribute to the defense.
Mataseski will inbound it. Out to Drulis. Looks inside for Weir.
Tried to push it in, and she shouldn't have.
A little congested inside. Mataseski, nice move. Wide though. Rossi on the follow-up, won't go. Weir has it. She's fouled and it won't drop.
Erica Weir crashing the boards.
I'll tell you what I liked about that. It started with Mataseski putting up a shot from the outside. It looks like East Brunswick has the advantage on the rebounding. Maybe that's the way to go.
Second foul on Darby.
Right,
for
you
Edison.
have to watch that.
And Erica Weir, as you take a look at her, she was second in rebounding last year for the Bears as a freshman, so she can only get better.
Pushes it up, won't go. We're tied at 10, 4:16 left, second period.
East Brunswick definitely having trouble from the foul line. That's 2 for 8.
Very quiet in here. Erica from the line. Second one misses. Darby, but Mataseski comes up, takes it away.
She puts it up, right?
Won't go. Good effort, she's got it back, out to Drulis. East Brunswick across, looking to add to their to the tie score right now.
Blocking foul.
Ooh.
Oh, legal.
They're going to call it against Weir.
A weird call against Weir, I tell you.
You don't see that call too often.
Nope.
Especially when both players are moving. I was a little surprised by that. Anyway, 4 minutes left, second period. Still tied at 10, Tracy Fox, number 20. Rather, Lisa Jorgensen comes in for Edison, number 21. And it's off Edison, so it goes back to the Bears.
And Melinda Darby taking a breather right now. So be interesting to see how the Edison team functions without her.
Well, I think Dickinson doesn't want her to pick up her third foul with 3.5 minutes left.
Drulis looks across, finds Rossi. They get into Holland.
Boy, they just collapse on those girls.
Holland, they call travel, even though she banks it off and puts it in. No basket.
John and Phil, I think this is a key period for East Brunswick. The score is tied 10-10 with 3.5 minutes left. If East Brunswick gets its shots, put them up from the outside and look for the rebound.
They're going to call travel against Fox. Cleary will come back in and give Jennifer Weir a rest. Jennifer Weir. Erica Weir. I'm sorry, we got so many Jennifers.
We have 3 Jennifers on the East Brunswick.
Mataseski looks, finds Drulis. Drulis having trouble inside.
Well,
being
she's looking
pushed
for
around.
Cleary.
Mataseski puts it up. Small front line now in for East Brunswick.
Yeah, with Erica Weir out, that just negates what advantage they had.
Edison's half-court game has not been that strong for him. And taken by Drulis on a turnover. She's cut
No
off.
foul. Drulis was bumped there.
Daniela Drulis having a tough afternoon. She's been banged and bumped and pushed and without any calls being made. 2:38 remain here, second period. We're still tied at 10. They're going to call at that time foul on number 14, Pam Barwick.
Should be a 1-on-1 here.
Edison with 16 fouls. We'll put Rossi at the line, 1-1.
And East Brunswick needs to convert.
And Rossi unable to. Holland on the follow-up, yes. And we break the logjam. It's 12-10 Bears. Edison having difficult time against that press.
Well, I noticed that Pam Barwick has replaced Locatos at the point.
And East Brunswick defense gets another turnover.
Exactly right, John. They're playing super deep.
Edison making some changes with 2 minutes left now, second period.
Oh,
East Brunswick still looking inside to Holland. She has it, rolls off the rim. Edison with the rebound. East Brunswick's press, though, is giving Edison a lot of trouble. It may come down to conditioning in the second half. Both teams really hustling out here. Bears on top, 12-10.
Ooh.
Shot Darby in and
rolls
out.
in and out.
Rebound, Cleary. She gets out to Drulis. Drulis had the whole left side with a little block from Cleary.
Nice screen.
Shot Drulis, Darby. And they'll call a foul.
Excellent play by Melinda Darby. Makes the block, recovers it, and forces the foul.
Cleary on the foul. Marchowski throws it in. Barwick will bring it up for the Lady Eagles. Inside a minute now remaining. Second period as Fox won't go. Darby underneath, can't control it.
Boy, if she had that bounce, she had a
And
easy shot.
Wachowski swishes one in to tie it up at 12. .40 seconds, Rossi hesitates. Now is pressured. She'll get it out to Monteseschi. They go back inside into heavy traffic. Fox will come up with the steal. East Brunswick's defense is there, however. Darby against Holland.
Ooh. Nice defense.
And Drulis off the poor shot. She'll go all the way for the hoop. Short. Holland on the follow-up, won't go. 12 seconds. Holland is fouled, and it hangs on the rim.
Now, who's that on?
It looked like might have been Darby.
Because if it was, that's...
And that's Rommel.
Okay, break for Edison.
11 seconds remaining. So despite the score, a lot of excitement, a lot of activity this first half.
Rossi was holding her right wrist as she left the game.
Holland, chance to break this deadlock game. It just won't go. So East Brunswick still having trouble from the foul line.
Nice defensive play by Drulis.
Drulis forces the turnover. Barwick unable to hang
nice.
on.
Barwick went one-on-one with Drulis, and
3 seconds remain. Monteseschi to Weir at the buzzer. No, and that'll end the first half. We're tied at 12 East Brunswick and Edison.
Would have been a nice 2 points for the Lady Bears to put them ahead. Just went over outside the rim. And I'll tell you, one of the problems for East Brunswick, they could have easily been ahead by a number of points if they hadn't missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 free throws.
You couple that with the many layups that were missed, and you're right, they would be way ahead. Perhaps the second half we'll see something different.
John, East Brunswick is really pressuring or pushing to get the ball inside, maybe too much. There's been a number of turnovers, as Phil mentioned, off that.
Well, we'll see what changes Pat Peters makes coming out for the second half, and we'll be back with the second half in just a moment. All right, welcome back to the second half. East Brunswick Edison. We're tied at 12 as we start the third period. And we were talking before the end of the half about changes we might see. I think one thing East Brunswick's going to have to do, and Jimmy, you mentioned it several times, is stop forcing it into the middle. But we'll see if they do make some changes. Edison, I think one thing they have to do is protect Darby from foul trouble. Edison in the white, East Brunswick in the green.
Be interesting to see what Edison does.
Well, they took the first shot outside. Here comes Weir, having a little trouble with it. Stolen by Edison.
And you don't want your center dribbling the ball.
Outside shot. Edison looks like they're going to take it from outside.
Oh, yeah.
Fox.
Bombs away. 3 shots from the outside.
Well, we know what Edison's game plan is this second half as East Brunswick brings it up now. Mataseski. Drulis again inside to
Forced in.
Weir taken, and a jump ball will be called as Holland steps in on Darby.
Second time tonight, Barbie Holland has done that. Tied someone up clearly without fouling him.
EB gets possession.
Holland over to Drulis, back to Mataseski.
I don't think Kara's going to get a better shot than that. Goes off East Brunswick.
Goes over to White. That is Edison. Looking for Darby. Ooh, they're going to call a foul on Weir.
Weir did a nice job to slough off her person.
If she was able to establish position, she would have been called for the foul, but Darby actually leaned into her. Could have been an offensive foul, but Erica Weir was moving at the time.
And that's a shooting foul.
Shot. Nice form by Darby. 15-12 Edison.
These foul shots are going to be crucial.
Mataseski drives. Off the rim, Weir on the rebound. Yes.
They need that. They need that type of play. If the player's not open inside, take it in yourself.
15-14, Edison by 1. East Brunswick playing good defense. Fox was going to take the shot, had second thoughts.
Clary is on Darby. So it looks to be sort of a zone and box and one, Phil.
Fox short. Ramo with the rebound, but Mataseski will take it away. She needs a little help as she's being pressed. Edison will fall back now on defense. Inside, Weir to Holland. Nice pass.
That time it was open.
And it goes.
Good movement of the ball.
East Brunswick back on top, 16-15.
Boy, it didn't take them long, did it?
Yeah, a kick, it'll go over to Edison. You hear Coach John Dickinson for Edison telling him, don't force anything.
Well, they are a deliberate team.
Darby back out.
And Edison seems showing great patience right now, looking for that good shot.
Fox. She'll give it back to Rummel. Trying to get Darby freed up. That's the person they want. Holland comes out underneath to Darby. Won't go. Rommel underneath.
Big rebound by Barbie Holland.
Saved by Fox. They'll call it East Brunswick. She was on the line.
I'll tell you, nice attempt by the young lady there. Tracy Fox.
East Brunswick by 1, 16-15 with 4:35 left here in the third period. Monaseski up and off the rim. Darby will pull it down for the Eagles. Mercados will bring it up. She drives, penetrates, dishes it off to Fox, and there's going to be a foul on Cleary.
Jennifer's second. And second team foul.
Shot, Fox won't go. Holland on the rebound, out to Drulis, to Monaseski. She'll take it herself.
Oh,
and
nice
stolen
play.
by Darby.
Stolen.
Stolen by Drulis. No foul.
Well,
but it'll go over to East Brunswick.
Darby reached out her hand and apparently slapped the ball away.
Cleary will get it into Monaseski. Yeah, forcing it in. Stolen by Edison.
Well, we've seen that all afternoon.
East Brunswick really putting pressure on.
Nice defense.
And it pays off as Drulis comes up with the turnover. All the way. Ball knocked away.
And Drulis cutting towards the middle there. I guess she was going to drive right through and lay it up, it appeared.
Gotta move. There's a shot.
Monaseski three-pointer hits.
Three. Important three.
19-15 East Brunswick.
Right, that gives the Lady Bears, I believe, their biggest lead, 19-15, 4 points.
Yes. Darby, 2-on-1. She'll take it herself. Follow-up won't go, and Holland with the rebound. And timeout, East Brunswick.
And Holland bumped in the mouth there.
Right, and her instincts told her, I want a timeout.
She caught an
elbow
elbow in the mouth.
And she's got a little blood there. This is part of the
It's been that kind of game, actually.
basketball wars.
Very rough,
Yes,
aggressive
it has.
game.
Monaseski earlier went out. All right, we have a substitution now for East Brunswick. Coming in will be...
That'll be Jennifer Wetzel.
No, I believe it's Sarah Baker. According to my number 20.
Yes.
And you kind of wonder why East Brunswick hasn't shot more from the outside, really.
Well, Jim, you got two things. We're talking about they have the height edge, and they've been trying to get the ball down low all the first half. But you got a good point. If you can out-rebound the other team, putting the ball up, even if you miss, you have your rebounders
That's
in there
the point.
to put the ball back up. Kara Monaseski has shown a nice touch from the outside, and they have been having trouble getting the ball down low, so perhaps I think that's what Pat Peters has told for the half, and as you can see, the results have paid off so far.
Bears leading by 4, 19-15 with 2:50 to go here, third period. Monaseski looking, and it's stolen by Darby. She's been all over the court today. She'll take it herself, full length, won't go. Weir on the rebound. Down to Cleary.
And Darby, if Darby were able to put that ball up with the left hand, which is asking an awful lot, she would have had the layup. She switched to her right hand.
We mentioned Baker's in, number 20, Sarah Baker. Shot won't go. Rebound Edison. Trying to get it down. They do to Fox. Edison will pull it back out and set something up. They look for Darby inside. She's fouled.
For the shot, though.
Foul on Weir.
Reaching in.
I think East Brunswick is willing to do that. Yep. So Weir picks up her third foul. 4 according to the clock. I'm not sure if that's true, then East Brunswick
Turnaround
may
shot
have a
won't go.
problem.
Off Darby.
So Erica's going to take a seat.
Rossi will come in. Weir will have a seat with 1:56 left here, third period. Bears by 4, 19-15.
Well, Erica Weir has been doing a really excellent job fronting and backing Melinda Darby now. Looks like Cleary's going to take over.
Darby gets her hands on the ball again.
Second time, though, she misses on the layup. Edison, the ball not falling.
Cleary on the rebound, John.
And Rossi will bring it up. And you got to like that East Brunswick defense.
Well, both Barbie Holland, well, Barbie has left the court to be mended. And Erica Weir out of there. This is quite a smaller team for East Brunswick.
But they're collapsing on Darby. 2 East Brunswick players around Melinda Darby trying to keep her from getting the ball down low. She gets it down low and she puts it right up.
Nice
no foul.
play by.
She puts it back up again.
Darby makes it 19-17.
And Jim, you can bet that's what the Edison team is going to do with both Weir and Barbie Holland out. They're going to try now to get the ball down low to Melinda Darby so she can take advantage of her.
Cleary is stuffed by Darby, and they're going to call a foul on her.
Number 3 on her.
Whoa.
And was that a shooting foul? Underneath, so it's not. Only the first team foul for Edison.
Go over to East Brunswick. Cleary to Drulis. To Rossi. East Brunswick now looking around, moving it. Inside, they get caught, but the foul's going to be called on Tracy. Tracy Fox, that is, number 20.
Well, Barbie Holland returns to the court.
I don't know if it's anything more than a little cut inside the lip.
Bloodied lip, yeah.
Anyway, Rossi has the ball knocked away. Drulis back to Rossi. She'll take it again. Won't go. Edison rebounds. Inside of 15 seconds now, third period. Oh, a little turnover there.
Okay, East Brunswick has one more opportunity to add to its 19-17 lead, John. 12 seconds left.
See if the Bears play for one. That is one shot. And Mataseski all the way in, saved by Rossi.
Still can get it off
Baker.
here.
Shot Cleary, blocked by Darby, and that'll end the third period.
Nice play by Melinda.
So at the end of 3, it's Edison 17, East Brunswick 19.
And 8 minutes left here to see what happens. I think it's still anybody's game, obviously, which is a 2-point lead, but I think a lot of missed opportunities and some good defense on the part of both teams. It looks like Melinda Darby really came to the fore there in the latter part of the third quarter, Phil.
Well, both teams seem to be playing better. The score isn't indicative of it, but both teams are clearly playing a lot better. Barbie Holland back on the bench. We can expect her back in there. If not, however, then Edison is going to have a clear advantage.
I was going to say, East Brunswick did well to just keep Edison to 2 points during that 2 to 3 minutes that they were without Barbie Holland or Erica Weir.
I really think it's going to come down to Holland and Darby this fourth and final period.
So she's back in the game, Barbie Holland.
East Brunswick comes out with Rossi, Holland, Cleary, Monteseschi, and Drulis to start this fourth and final period. They're on top by 2, 19-17. And there's Darby, forces one. Rommel on the follow-up, in and out.
Boy, just doesn't want to go, huh?
And that's kind of been the story for Edison this afternoon. East Brunswick.
And Cleary with the big rebound there.
To Rossi, and here we go.
Boy, you can only get so close here.
Drulis looking, finally gets back to Rossi. He'll take the shot. In and out. Edison being pressured. And they've had a lot of turnovers this afternoon caused by that East Brunswick defense. Cross court, looking for Darby. She's got it. Just can't make that turnaround, and Holland, big rebound, will get it out to Monteseschi. Back to Drulis.
Monteseschi's open in the corner here.
Didn't see her. She'll take the long, big one.
Boy, if that fell.
Monteseschi, ball knocked away, so to stay with the Bears.
And Pat Peters electing to keep Erica Weir on the bench here with 4 fouls.
Underneath to Cleary, who's got Darby, and they're going to call a foul on Darby.
I'll tell you, a tough one.
It really
a tough
was.
one for Melinda Darby. There's been some banging going out there tonight, and it looked like it might have been called an up and down, but or jump ball, but the foul was called, and that's the 4th foul on Melinda Darby, and it's got to hurt the Edison team.
Right, Jim Dickinson did not want to lose Melinda Darby. Takes a big chunk of the offense out for Edison.
Lisa Jorgensen, number 21, comes in, replacing Darby. And Cleary hits to make it 20-17. East Brunswick by 3. Oh, and she bangs the second, 21-17. East Brunswick, 4-point lead.
And boy, this is the time they should take advantage of Darby out of the game.
Drulis putting pressure on defensively.
Near walk.
Edison seems a little lost without Melinda Darby in there, don't they?
No doubt about it.
And again, the East Brunswick defense. Edison not knowing really what to do. They're trying to find someone open, but there's Cleary fighting away, and she'll get the jump ball.
Strong play, strong move.
And Cleary's just a strong player. She's played field hockey and softball as well, so she's been in the battles, and she showed a little true grit right there.
Wachowski rather comes in for Edison. 6:15 left in the game. East Brunswick by 4, 21-17. This will be a big win for East Brunswick if they could hold on as Rossi puts it up from outside, a little strong. And a jump ball as Drulis gets her hands in.
Edison possession.
You gotta like that East Brunswick aggressiveness on defense.
Really.
Stolen by Cleary. Monteseschi needs a little help. She's got someone down the wing. That's Rossi. Rossi will take it. Again, missing from that side, but Cleary on the follow-up.
Nice, important points here by Jennifer Cleary.
Big basket by Cleary.
23-17, East Brunswick by 6, and a foul's going to be called on Drulis.
And you got to wonder how long Jim Dickinson can keep Melinda Darby on the bench. East Brunswick starting to creep away, 6-point margin.
Rossi comes out. Jennifer Wetzel comes in, number 10. East Brunswick, look at Drulis. They're going to call her, though.
Oh.
Second foul for her.
If Daniela could just keep her distance, I think she would have had a 5-second call there.
And Edison is in the 1-1 now.
5:23 left in the game. Darby comes back in for Edison, and that has to happen. You know that, regardless of her foul situation. Coach Dickinson doesn't want this getting out of hand. He's already down by 6. 5 now. It's 23-18.
Important foul shots for Edison.
Barwick at the line, hits her second. 23-19. Edison chipping away. And they're pressing East Brunswick. Both teams.
Nice pass.
Nice pass for Holland off her foot.
Yeah, Barbie wasn't expecting it.
Might have been one pass too many, however.
East Brunswick with the steal.
Clary, who else?
Yeah, she's been playing a tough game.
Darby. And they're going to call it travel on Barwick.
Well,
Edison.
A little mental lapse by Edison there.
Substitutions, trying to keep some fresh bodies in there with 4:55 left. Edison trails 23-19. Inside for Wetzel. Off the rim, they're going to call a foul on Holland.
Good gravy.
3, 5, 4,
Push from behind is the call.
And who's going to go to the line here?
Melinda
Kim
Darby. Melinda
Excuse
Darby,
me.
they crashed and could have gone either way. However, Melinda Darby ends up at the line.
Second foul on
Tough foul.
Holland. Darby 1-1. She's in a bonus situation. 23-19 is the score.
She hits the first one.
23-20.
And I'll tell you, if there's a saving grace for Edison, it's their shooting at the foul line. They're 6 for 8 thus far, and that is in vast contrast to East Brunswick.
Won't go. Holland on the rebound. Out to Drulis. A little trouble with the dribble underneath, and she's caught. It's stolen by Edison. Darby now looking underneath. Licados. Back to Darby. Yes. We got a 23-22 ball game. Timeout, East Brunswick.
Well, you could see Darby's entry back into the game.
And as you look at Coach Dixon there, he's pretty happy. His team is pulled right back into this 1 point behind.
East Brunswick just 4 for 14 from the foul line. That's 10 missed opportunities. When you add that all up, it's it's little wonder that its score is 23-22. They're ahead by just 1 point. Could have easily been a lot larger than that.
Well, you see Pat Peters there, and she's telling her team to be cool. Let's not make any turnovers. Let's not do any silly fouls, because they are in a 1-1 situation right now. And I think she's probably going to, whether we like it or not, Jimmy, go back to the sure things. I don't think you're going to see too much thrown up from the outside.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get it back down low to Barbie Holland and let her score.
Well, I'll tell you what neutralized Darby a lot was the play of Erica Weir, and she has not seen any action since she went out with her 4th foul about 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. We have, what, 4 minutes?
Mataseski on the shot.
See how correct I was, Jim? No outside shots. The point about Weir not being in there, it would be another effort to draw the 5th foul on Melinda Darby if she was in there too, turning towards the basket as well.
Right.
And there's Darby with the ball. She's been the key this second half for Edison.
Yeah, that's a good point, Phil. East Brunswick really has no business shooting from the outside now.
Nice play by Wetzel on the rebound.
They need to work it to the inside and cause Darby to foul.
They lead by 1 with 3:48 left in the game. 23-22 as Mataseski gets it into Holland. Holland almost travels to Wetzel. They are able to get it up.
So now Erica Weir comes to the scoring table.
Looking underneath, nice pass. Euro, number 33, couldn't control it for Edison.
And she was clearly open.
Edison bring it back out, try to set something up. 3 minutes left in the game.
And Edison's going to be patient.
Playing a little triangle here. Edison trails by 1. No one's going to take that shot, but
they're going to be patient. They're going to
Darby.
wait for a good shot, and you can't blame them.
East Brunswick staying right with them on defense.
Open shot.
23-22 is our score. Darby, send it back out. Shot won't go, and Cleary has the rebound.
And Clary has gotten some big rebounds today. A loose ball, she's just scrappy. She's where the ball is.
Monaseski has the ball stolen.
Into Barbie.
Somehow East Brunswick gets it back, and inside to Holland, who puts it up. Big basket for the Bears, 25-22.
They got the ball down to Barbie Holland.
Timeout Edison.
But Darby is staying away from her. I think she's had instructions not to smother her too closely because she doesn't want to draw that 5th foul.
So we have 2 minutes remaining in this game. East Brunswick by 3, 25-22, as you see Coach Pat Peters. And Phil, I think you're right. Darby cannot get into that final foul situation, so she's going to let whoever it is in front of her have the shot or have the ball.
Well, it's sort of a catch-22. You can't win if you let the Bears score too easily. Then you're out of the game. Of course, if she attempts to block them, she runs the risk of being out of the game herself. Darby, that is. And of course, once Darby's out, I think the game's over.
Linda Darby is by far the leading scorer for Edison with 11 points. 11 of the 22 points. Barbie Holland and Erica Weir each have 8.
Edison will have it. They trail by 3, 25-22. But as we know, one shot could tie this game up. Although we don't expect that from Edison. Clock is moving. They look for Darby. Darby's got Weir on top of her. Now Cleary, who's played a great game defensively. They look for Rummel. Ball is still alive.
Boy, Edison caught a break on that one.
Fox finally comes up with it. And now she loses control.
Oh, wow.
And it goes over to East Brunswick.
Big turnover. No press.
1:25 left in the game.
Ooh.
Looking inside for
Boy,
Weir. She's got it, and they're
that
going to
shot.
call a jump ball.
Forcing that pass inside.
A jump ball there, and give Darby some credit. She was aggressive enough to force the jump ball without fouling.
East Brunswick fortunate also to retain possession.
Really.
Moseski to Holland and turnaround, but Weir is there.
Ooh.
Won't go. Holland. It's
Oh.
off her hands, and it'll go over to Edison.
Boy, that could have been anybody's ball there.
I tell you, Weir went up, and Darby put her hand straight up in the air and just sort of froze like, I didn't touch her.
Minute 10 left. Edison just gets it across midcourt. They trail by 3. The Bears on top, 25-22. Shot from the outside.
Ooh.
Off the rim. Rommel has it taken by Weir.
Big rebound.
They just got to hold it.
All right.
Drulis looking, trying to force it inside off Edison.
I tell you want to bring that ball back out. You don't need it.
Edison wants a timeout. And they'll get it.
And that's what that stoppage of play allows. Dickinson's going to talk it over here with his troops. Yeah, Phil, they need to just bring it out here and force the foul. Even though East Brunswick has not had success.
And I tell you, Jim, as you look at Coach Dixon, and he's been around a long time, has he not?
32 years of coaching, not all at Edison. He started at Rutgers Prep, and he's moved on to Roselle. and eventually surfaced in Edison. I remember him from back in the early 70s. I believe he was the cross-country coach.
Well, he's a fellow that clearly loves the game. It's been a joy sitting here listening to him coach. Hasn't gotten angry, has been in control and shouting out instructions constantly and applauding his kids as well. So the man loves the game. Right now, he's talking about making sure that they don't foul, making sure that they do come up with a good shot, however.
We have 52 seconds remaining in the game. East Brunswick by 3, 25-22. And they'll have the ball, the Bears that is, under their own basket. And they get it out to Drulis. Plenty of time.
Ooh.
Oh, and Rossi can't hold it.
So this is the break.
And hold it is the key word, John. All the Bears want to do is really run out that clock there and maybe force Edison to foul them.
All right, Edison now with 38 seconds.
Yeah, they got to throw
Drulis
three out.
almost does knock it away.
Perhaps in this situation, Melinda Darby doesn't do you much good unless she can shoot from three-point range.
They want it into Darby. Knocked away by Holland.
It's an interesting strategy. Do you go for the two and hope to get another shot, Phil? Or go for it all here with 33 seconds?
I haven't seen anyone that looks like they can shoot that three-pointer for Edison. I think what you can do is get it down to Darby and hope she makes the basket and maybe draws the foul.
Anyway, it is to Darby. She's
There
got
it
it.
is.
Stolen. She gets it back. Won't go. And a rebound by Holland. 24 seconds.
The biggest rebound of the game, that's all.
Foul. Drulis was fouled.
I'll tell you, so Edison got what they wanted. They wanted to get the ball down to Darby, have Darby go up and hopefully get fouled. She went up, did not make the layup, and Barbie Holland came down with the big rebound.
East Brunswick will inbound it from the side. Mataseski needs someone. They get it to Holland. Holland's foul from behind. That's Rommel on her arm.
And that's the fifth team foul and forces the 1-on-1.
Actually, it's not a bad foul at this point in time. Considering 1-1, if she misses this, Edison can get control of the ball and try to get something going.
19 seconds remain.
Important foul shot.
She makes it. 26-22. She'll get the second.
And that was the one that counted.
Yeah, you betcha. I mean, they haven't been too successful from the line, but when they needed this one, they got it.
Holland could increase East Brunswick's lead to 5. Won't go this time. Rommel with the rebound. 18 seconds. Edison down by 4. They got it. A player who puts it on the ground. Foul is, a travel is called against Darby with 8 seconds.
Mercy, and Dykeman is beside himself. Dixon, Coach
Timeout
Dixon.
East Brunswick.
And EB calls timeout here. Tudor was the one that threw that up. She had to bounce the ball, and that was enough to force her to the other side of the basket.
Phil, how many times do we see that? Yeah, boys, girls,
That's right.
Even in pros you see it. That, I guess it's just human nature to put that ball on the ground one time.
Well, and it's something that I said it time and time again. It's just playground stuff that starts, and coaches, the one thing that coaches try to pull out of young kids is do not hit that ball on the ground. Put it straight up to the basket, but it's something that's instinctive.
Well, it's something that they feel is going to get them closer to the basket, and then they don't realize that they can take 2 steps and throw it up.
And while we have a moment, we want to remind everyone that the next game for the Lady Bears will be Tuesday at Saraville High School, and their next home game Friday against Piscataway. East Brunswick coming in 2-5, looking to improve their record, and they really have impressed me this evening.
They have been impressive, and Pat Peters has said that, listen, she wasn't rattled. They got a slow start. She knows they're going to get better, and here they're playing a good Edison team, and they've had a fine showing tonight.
Edison comes in 5-2. Big game for East Brunswick in the GMC.
Well,
They got 7 seconds. Mataseski.
It's an overachieving victory,
They're going to foul her with 3 seconds.
and you can chalk this one up in the win column for East Brunswick.
And I think when you look back on this game, it's going to be East Brunswick defense.
Right, and really the first win against a team that perhaps maybe they weren't supposed to beat. The other 2 victories coming against Monroe Township and J.P. Stevens, neither of which are fielding a good team this year.
And take a good look at this young lady here, Kara Mataseski, a freshman. She's going to be around for a long time. She came into this game as the leading scorer, has a great family tradition that knows about basketball, and she's just a fine young one.
Won't go this time. 2 seconds, that should do it. And that's it. East Brunswick wins 26-22.
And take it to the bank. Real fine victory, really it is.
Good game. Real good game. East Brunswick's defense comes in. Fine play by everyone really on this East Brunswick team tonight.
Well, in the end, it really got down to some key rebounding and the inability of Melinda Darby to make that 3-point shot, and that forced the fouling, and East Brunswick is a mighty happy crew right now.
East Brunswick improves their overall record to 3-5, and they go 2-1 in the red division. So a big game for East Brunswick this afternoon.
That's right. They're going to have some tough games up ahead. There's a lot of quality in Middlesex County, interestingly enough. Well, Cedar Ridge, we talked about Cedar Ridge. I'm not sure they're in the red division. Maybe they're in the white division. They are. This is a little quirk in the GMC, where a team may be in a red division in one sport and not necessarily in the other. But regardless, East Brunswick played an excellent game, and well, gotta like the way they're moving, and this might be a springboard for better things to come.
And John, I got to say again on Jim Dixon, the coach of Edison. Here's a man that clearly loves the game, and clearly doesn't see losing the game as a matter of life and death. Came right over, shook Pat Peters' hand, and genuinely, Dickinson, I believe his name is, but clearly enjoyed the game himself, and you'd like to see that. That's what it's all about.
That's right, and you see him walking across there on your screen. Anyway, the final again from East Brunswick High School. Lady Bears 26 against Edison, who came up with short this afternoon, 22 points. The Bears pick up their 3rd win of the season, and we'll be seeing them in a couple weeks again here on Channel 8. So for Phil Hill, I'm Jim Allinder. I'm John Meggiolaro saying thanks for being with us.